Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Kayla Parasini. I know I don't mention my last name, but that's how you pronounce it, is Parasini. And welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here for a topic about toxic friendships that was suggested by a viewer. Now, for the topic of toxic friendships, I have been in many of them, including relationships. I'm pretty sure some of you have been in a toxic relationship, like even if it's with just like a friend, like a close friend. The most toxic friendship I ever had was with this girl who I've known since grade school. And in grade 9, me and her were pretty close, and she'd come over, and I had a pool, so she'd come over and she used to swim in my pool and that. And then during that summer, I was friends with my ex, who I won't mention names, and I all of a sudden got blocked by her on social media. And I was the type back then where it was just bad. I needed help and everything. So back in grade 9, my mom and me went to her house, and we were trying to figure out why I got blocked on her social media and that. And I was just really confused because I was in grade 9 and I was like 13 or 14, and it was just like very confusing. And her mom was just screaming at my mom, like saying that my mom's terrible and everything, and that she should have raised me better and a bunch of other crap. So then fast forward to grade, I believe 11, I started getting closer with her. I had a contract with her in high school, that way stuff wouldn't get said, and it was just for really good reasons. And then we ended up becoming friends again, and I'm like, you know what, I'll try it again. And me and her's friendship was okay. I'm the type of friend that always, like, if I'm close with someone, I always buy them a gift for their birthday or whatever. So I would buy her birthday gifts, not expecting anything in return, because I'm a very nice person. But she would just, because her and her mom and her family didn't have like a lot of money, because you get that in life where friends don't have a lot of money and you usually are the one paying for stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, it doesn't really matter. But it started getting to the point where, like, when I got into makeup, because I'm really into makeup now, I now do eyeshadow and a full face of makeup with lashes and everything. She would, she's the type of person that she would look at me and just be like, because I did eyeliner on the top and bottom, and it was really thick. I understood, but like she could have just said it in a nice way. Oh, you should learn how to do makeup or whatever. This is the tips and tricks of how to do eyeliner properly. She always told me I looked like a fucking raccoon, and it was just like, it was really hurtful, some of the stuff that she said. We were on the bus the one day, and this was in grade 12, and I have very light eyebrows. I'm a natural blonde, and she knew this. I never did my eyebrows in high school, except for when I had prom. I got my eyebrows done. So she's looking at me on the bus, and she goes, "Oh my God, I have to put a missing ad out for her." I'm like, "Well, what for?" I'm like, "What's missing?" She goes, "Your eyebrows." And some people were laughing. Like, of course, her friends were laughing, but a lot of people weren't laughing, and a few people were like, that's really rude. You shouldn't be saying that stuff to her. She's trying with makeup and everything. And she was just like a very, very rude person. Like, when I had money, my dad volunteered at my high school, so he would give me money, like $5 for lunch or whatever, almost every day. Some days I didn't have my dad didn't have the money, so he didn't give it to me, so I'd bring a lunch. And she just like tried to bum food off me, and then like all of a sudden she started working, I believe it was called the lunch line at my high school, and so she got free food from there. But every time that she didn't have food and I had food, she'd want some or want half, or she'd want me to pay for her sometimes. And it's just like, out of the curiosity of my heart, I ended up bringing a bit more money. And my mom's like, "Why are you always bringing money, like more money to school than you usually should for lunch?" I'm like, "Well," I'm paying for her blank's lunch." And she's just like, "Oh, you're such a sweet daughter," and that. She goes, "I raised you so properly." So then fast forward to, like, I think this was 2018. She's just like, I sleep in late, and she knew that, and sometimes she would forget. And if I didn't answer my phone, she would spam me with FaceTime calls. My cell phone, she'd call my number, she'd spam me with messages, she'd spam my Facebook, my Instagram, my Snapchat, everything. And it's just like, you know what? It got overwhelming sometimes because I would sleep in and I didn't have a job at the time. So I'd sleep late, and I was also looking for work in that. So I would turn my phone off or whatever, and I'd be going out having interviews and looking for work in that. And she didn't really understand it. And I'm just like, girl, you have to slow down or whatever. And she ended up dating this guy, and she would text me. She goes, if he didn't answer her back, she's very kind of needy. I don't want to say needy or clingy or anything, but she was like, I don't know the proper word for it, but she was just, I don't know what it was, but she would text me, oh, I think he's cheating on me with another girl. He's texting another girl. And I'm just like, he's not cheating on you. He's not that type, because her ex now, they broke up. I am friends with him, and I've known him since high school, and he came to a few of my parties, and me and him were talking, just like talking as friends. And it was just like, like I didn't know what to do because I was friends with both of them, and I was close to her, and he was my guy friend, which he still is my guy friend. And I'm just like, you know what? This is very overwhelming and overpowering. And then the one day, me and her best friend, I'm not going to mention any names, got into a fight because she thought I was going to text my ex about her and him talking, which they were talking. I'm like, no, I don't want to talk to him about you guys talking. I could care less or whatever. And she's like, being a straight up biatch. And she was just straight up being rude. She blocked me on everything. And I'm just like, what WTF? So I messaged my friend, and I'm like, can you get her to unblock me? And she goes, that's between you guys, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden she blocked me on everything. And I'm like, okay, what the hell did I do? Like, what did I do? I wasn't really being rude or anything. So I've tried messaging her a few times, and it's just like, telling me, because when I was in grade school, we used to bully each other, that I used to bully her. She used to bully me too. So you can't make me look like the bad person when you were toxic too. Like, I was probably toxic as well, but you know what? She was just being over rude. And the weird thing is still to this day, she has me unblocked on my makeup account. And I'm just like, you know what? Yes, some days I miss her, and I sometimes look at her stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes I miss the friendship, but you know what? Friendships aren't always there until the end. Like, I've known her since like grade school, and I'm best friends with her cousin, who has always been a true friend of mine since grade school. Like, yeah, we had our ups and downs, and we hated each other sometimes, but she's always been a true friend. She's been by me by my whole entire side. And she's like a sister to me. She'll walk into my house and just be like, look at my dad and be like, hey dad, how are you? She never really had a really good father figure in her life, but you know what? I love my best friend to bits. And her cousin is just insane. She has me unblocked on TikTok and like my makeup Instagram, and I think a few other things. And it's just like, why just keep me blocked and stop unblocking me and everything? What, are you gonna look at my profile and everything? It's insane. I went through that, and I've been through toxic relationships with like boys. Don't even get me freaking started. Like, there are some decent guys out there, but like the guys that I dated were very toxic. But you know what? You can't always pin it on that every guy is toxic or every girl is toxic. And it's just like, you know what? Some people are like that and everything. Like, oh, once they date someone once, it's just like, oh, every girl or every guy is toxic. No, not everyone is like that. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And it's just, it's the way it is. It's just the way it is. And some people are very toxic. But this girl, let me tell you, we went through hell and back in grade school and that together. And I think most of the part she was jealous of me, I want to say, because I had a lot of things that she didn't, which I get. And then she would always say, because we like the same bands, oh, you're copying my ego, you're trying to be just like me. She has her nose and her lip pierced the same place as I do. And she was just like, you're copying me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then if I said like somebody in her band is hot, she'd be like, oh, he's mine or whatever. And I'd be like, okay. I'm like, I just said that he's really good looking and he's attractive. And it's not like I'm going to like the band or anything. But it's just like, it's like I couldn't be myself around her and I couldn't like the same stuff that she liked because she would flip the fuck out. And then the one day I said I was going to Warped Tour and she was just like, oh, that's my thing or whatever, like making me sound like the bad person. But, I just wanted to go because a few bands that me and my best friend at the time liked. And then Simple Plan was going the second time. So that's the only reason why I went to Warped Tour for a second time. And then once I met them the second time, like when I was talking to it about like to a lot of my friends and people around her, she would just be like, do you seriously have to talk about it again? Do you seriously have to talk about meeting them and that? When you meet a band or you meet your idols, yes, you will talk about it constantly and talk about the memories and everything that you cherish with it. But you know what? I think she was just jealous because I could afford a lot and I got some stuff that she didn't have. And it's just like, you know what? It is what it is. I have my job now. I work at Walmart in produce. And I've been there for almost 7 months this month. And I freaking love it. I can afford some stuff that I like. But you know what? As soon, before even I get anything, I make sure my bills are all paid. Like my rent, my cell phone bill. I pay for my own cell phone bill. I pay for gas for my brother because he drives me places. I pay for also rent. I pay for hydro. I pay for internet. I pay half for the internet and my brother pays for the other half. I also pay for a few other things and then I pay for all my makeup. I pay for majority whatever I buy, whatever I get, I pay for because I work and I'm also on like a monthly check that I get each month. But also there's also other toxic friendships that I've been through. Like I just got out of a few with a few other people. I'm not going to mention any names, but some of them were very toxic. And I'm just like, you know what? They aren't really true friends if they can't accept me for who they are. And if people judge because my mom is with a younger guy, you know what? F you. My mom is happy and that's all that matters to me. My dad's happy. Yes, my parents are split up and my mom is dating a younger guy. But you know what? That doesn't have anything to do with you. That is not your mother. That is my mother. And you know what? I respect it. If it wasn't for my mom's boyfriend, I wouldn't have met Simple Plan for like the actual VIP for the second time. He paid for the tickets for me and my mom both to go see and meet them. He paid for everything. My mom and her boyfriend gave me $100 in cash. My dad gave me $100 in cash. He is just a really nice guy. My dad's girlfriend is the sweetest, but you know what? My dad went through a toxic relationship with his ex and a bit of my mom because it was a bit toxic. But you know what? It is what it is. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have ever been in a toxic friendship, relationship, or even with anything, comment down below and I'll try to answer as much as I can. If you aren't subscribed, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, the notification bell or whatever you call it. And yeah, just leave a comment of how you like this video. I got it recommended by somebody. So yeah, just like and subscribe and I'll keep you updated for a few other things. I am probably going to be posting a couple videos tomorrow. I am getting another Jeffree Star haul. I ordered some stuff off Beautylish. So yeah, I'll be posting those videos when I come. I'll be also coming out with a collection video once I get a lot of his products and everything and showing you the collection that I have. So yeah, like, subscribe, and comment whatever you want if you like this video. More ideas of what I can do for my YouTube channel, video suggestions, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.